Hey, hey, hey. What's up, Facebook family and friends? Look, I got to fix my hat, honey, before I came on live. Mercy. Honey, I got to do something about this head. Happy FriYay. Happy FriYay. Happy FriYay. Happy FriYay. Happy FriYay. Let me go on over here on the book and see if I'm live. As you come into the broadcast, honey, go ahead and say, hey, girl, hey. Let me know that you're out there. And if you're chiming in from the YouTube streets, honey, make sure you let me know you're chiming in from the YouTube streets. And if you have not already subscribed to my channel on YouTube, please do that as well. I am over. Yeah, I am live. I am live. So make sure that you go over to YouTube, subscribe to Money Management Matters, because I am also streaming live over on YouTube as well as Facebook. And if anytime the book wants to get to acting up, honey, we're going to go right on over to the tube because, honey, it's always live. It's always live. So happy FriYay. Happy FriYay. Happy FriYay. Everybody ready for the weekend? Anybody ready for the weekend? I know I'm ready. I'm ready for the weekend. So listen, y'all. I'm going to jump right on in, honey, because it's Friday night. And a sister is tired, honey. Had to go into that investment firm today. And they tried to work a sister on a Friday. What? Yes. So let me know what y'all did this Friday. Did y'all get paid? Did y'all have a date with y'all money? Y'all know I always say, when you get that paycheck, honey, spend some time with your money. Go ahead and figure out that money plan. See where your money is going. Plan it out. So let me go ahead and plug my planner in here right now. Listen. Money Management Matters is my business, and I educate women on how to make more money, save more money, and most importantly, protect that money. And we're protecting our money with life insurance. Yes, I'm a licensed life insurance professional here in the state of Georgia, and I educate on how to use life insurance as a means to protect your income, protect your assets, protect your family, most importantly, and have some financial security just in case something happens. God forbid we leave this earth sooner than we expect, okay? Because guess what? Nobody knows the day or the hour that our Lord God is going to bring us home, right? If you believe in God. So I also wanted to say here, I am a true believer in God, Jesus Christ, and the Holy Spirit, and I use biblical principles as as a basis for education on money. Okay, and anytime I do these Facebook lives, when I do a whole series, like we're doing 21 days, a 21-day series. We're on day 18 or 19. We're on day 19 tonight, so we only have 2 more days. We're gonna be finishing up on Sunday night. So whenever I do these series of Facebook Lives, I always use the Bible app. I always use a devotional from the Bible app and teach on what God says about our money. Now, getting back to the money plan, it's Friday. And if you get paid on every Friday, or you get paid every other Friday, or you get paid twice a month, or you get paid once a month, you need to have a plan. Okay. That is one of the most important aspects of financial security and financial freedom and financial fitness and being all around better money managers is to have a planner. So I created a planner, and my planner is called Manage Your Money, Ma'am Planner. See it here? Here it is. See it here? Triple M, Money Management Matters. Yeah, that's it. That's my name. That's my business. And then in my planner, Manage Your Money, I have it personalized with my name, Lisa Stringer Bailey's planner. Okay, now this planner is specifically for your money. This ain't for nothing else, because we got a lot of planners, we got journals, we got calendars. That's all fine and well, but we need one place, one central location just for our money planning. just for our budgeting. Now, I specifically, for me and my clients, I don't use budget, okay? Because budget is one of those words that's kind of restrictive. We feel like we can't do nothing, we can't spend nothing, we can't buy nothing, okay? So I use the term money plan. Hey, babe, happy Friday. How you doing, Tyra? How you doing? How was your day today? So I use a money planner, okay? We want to plan our money, just like we plan our vacations, just like we plan our birthday celebrations, just like we plan for dinner, just like we plan for our week or whatever. We need to plan our money. So I call it a money plan, and I created this money planner so that you can have a place specifically for your money information. Okay, then there's some information in there about me. Then there's a place that you can put your affirmations, you can put your money goals, you can put your credit information if you have credit cards, if you have credit cards that you're trying to pay off, you can list those out, and you can put down a plan of how much you're going to pay every month so that you can have it paid off in a certain amount of time. Okay, there's a place in here that you can put your money goes, any expenses you have, all the income you got coming in, all your expenses, and then a tracker for your expenses, a place for notes, and then a few questions in here for review. Okay, and then along with it, I also put in here specifically my own money affirmations and money scriptures from the Bible to help you stay motivated and inspired during your year in your money journey. Okay, Tara said, how are you? I am doing fabulous, girl. Blessed and highly favored. Yes, all is well today. I was busy. Yep, glad I'm finally home and ready to relax. Girl, yes. I was busy. I was at the investment firm today, girl, and they tried to work a sister. So, yeah, I feel you on that, being tired. And then I came home, and me and my family went out to eat for my hubby's birthday. So today is my hubby's birthday. Nice planner. I got to get me one. Absolutely, honey. They are available for sale, and you can get your name personally inscribed on here. I'll drop the link at the end of this broadcast if you want to pick you up one. And also, let's see. It has some information here in the back about all my services, and just a couple of things here in the back. You have to grab one to know, and then of course it's divided into months. So it's January all the way through December, and then each month has an affirmation, and each month have a scripture. And honey, I'm gonna tell you, if y'all remember back in November, I did 30 days of money affirmations, and I tell you what, those affirmations truly keep you inspired and keep you on track for doing better in your finances, because it's so important. Money management and financial knowledge and things is something that we didn't learn growing up. It's something that's not taught in schools like it should be. So I think a lot of times we get out of high school, we go straight to college, or we go to the military, or we just go out into the workforce, and we don't really know how to handle our money. We get our first jobs, but nobody ever tells you how to allocate your money as your first job, how to put money into a savings account, how important that is, how to put money into life insurance, how important that is, how to put money into investments, how important that is, and how to save for the big purchases like your homes, right? Like your cars. But the one thing that they do teach you about is credit. It's credit. Yep. I remember when I joined, well, actually I went to school for a few months, and then I joined the military. I joined the Navy after I got out of high school. And soon as I got in the Navy, I started getting these credit card offers in the mail, because it's almost like ding, 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 ding. Your social security number is almost like what they call a bullseye on your forehead, because they see that social security number, and then they see it's linked to you working for the government now. So they automatically know that they got you. If you sign up for that credit card and then you don't pay it, they're going to go right to the naval HR department or payroll department and get their money. Okay. Hey girl, hey, what's up, Nicole? Checking in from the YouTube streets. What's up, chick? How you doing? How you doing? Happy Friday. Happy Friday. So yeah, they teach you about credit, or they not really teach you about it, but they what word I want to say? They force it on you. They force it on you. They force it on you because a lot of times in college campuses too, I've heard stories where as soon as you get on the college campus and you go to the student center, it's a lot of credit card offers there, right? If they're not set up at a table like a vending table, then they're all on the shelves and on in the magazine things, where you can just grab an application and go. And then the way I got into debt is shopping at the mall, right? I tell you, on Fridays when I used to get my paycheck, that's the first place I went. If I didn't go get my hair done, if I wasn't going to happy hour, I was going to the mall or to some store to shop, right? Because I was a shopaholic. But yeah, I had to learn from that. But they don't teach you that in school. They don't teach you that the more debt you get in, the harder it is to get out of, and how to pay it off every month is the best way to do it. If you are going to do it, make sure you can pay it off every month. They don't teach you all that. So anyway, I digress. Happy Friday. Happy Friday. So tonight we have a very short devotional, and it's actually talking about what I was just talking about: credit and debt, being a lender or a borrower. So that was the question in my description. The question was, do you want to be a lender or do you want to be a borrower, right? So the night's devotional is talking about debt management. So that's how I got off on that tangent, because I was reading the scripture earlier and I was like, yeah, all this is so true. We don't learn how to manage our debt at an early age, when we should be learning it right out of high school, right when we're going into college, right when we're becoming adults. It's a good time to learn it. So I'm teaching my children this now, and I hope that you all are teaching your children that, how debt really works, Yes, credit card companies are ridiculous. They claim that they are they are building our credit. And well, there's some truth to that. It will build your credit, but if you don't know how to manage it, you're building bad credit, right? Because if you don't pay it off every month, then you're paying the credit card companies excessive amounts of interest, right? And then if you don't pay it at all, then they report it to the credit bureau as bad debt, right? So it's not building your debt, it's building bad debt. Now, if you do get a credit card and you pay it off every month like you should, then you're building good debt. You're building good credit, and that looks good on your credit reports. So when you do get ready to buy a house, especially a house, because that's one of your biggest purchases, when you get ready to buy a house, you're not going to have a problem with your credit report because you already got good credit, and you're going to get one of the best interest rates on your home that's offered at the time, right? So things that we didn't learn about that we're learning now, so that we can pass the information on to the next generation. Okay, we didn't know it, but now that we do, now that we know better, we can do better, right? So true. Need to learn how to manage your money and credit at an early age. Absolutely. So this devotional says in Proverbs 22:7 is used to vilify debt in general. It says, the rich rules over the poor, and the borrower is a slave to the lender. Okay, so let's just break that down. I look at it like this: if you get a credit card and you owe money to the credit card company, that credit card company is the lender. They're lending you that money that you do not currently have. Okay. Nowadays, people get into excessive debt because they are impatient. We're in the microwave world where we want everything right away. We want it faster. We want it quicker. We don't want to wait and save the money like we should. We want to go ahead and get it on credit and pay it later. Well, it's good and bad to that. The good is, yeah, you got the item now, but you still have to pay it. You still have to consider that the money that you're going to make in the future got to be paid back to something you bought in the past. Does that make sense? And then you got to look at the item that you're purchasing. Is the item you purchasing appreciating in value or depreciating in value? Okay. If it's depreciating means the value is going down. It's not going to be worth what you paid for it. It's the very next day that you bought it. Let's just say a TV, for instance. Right now, you can buy a flat screen 50-inch TV for $200 or $300 now. Back in the day, it would be $1,000, right? So the value has changed. So guess what? Since the value has gone down on those 50-inch TVs, soon as you buy it for $300, when you walk out the store with it, it probably ain't gonna be worth $100. It probably ain't gonna be worth $100. So what you're doing, and then if you get it on credit and you don't pay the credit card off that very next month, you're gonna get interest tacked onto it. So that $300 is going to wind up being $320. Let's just say the round numbers, if you don't pay it off. So now you don't pay $320 for an item that ain't worth $100. That's only worth $100 or not worth the $300. Child, look, when you break it down like that, it kind of make you think like, wow, do I really, really want to use credit to make this purchase, right? So that's the bad part about it. Now, the good part is if you do buy something and it's something that's appreciating, something that holds its value, something that may be worth more later on, like a house or maybe a luxury car or maybe diamonds, maybe gold. And if you're thinking paper, well, you can't really get investments on credit. But if you get, let's just say real estate, if you want to purchase a building, a commercial building for a business that you're running. Let's say, for instance, you want to open up a boutique. Tara has online boutique right now, Diva Styles Accessories. But say Tara blew up, right? She was getting all this business that now she wanted to put the business in a storefront. So now you're out looking for commercial property. Now you're gonna go. If the commercial property is just say $200,000, well, of course you don't have $200,000 just laying around. You can get you a loan for that. You're gonna be a borrower because you need to borrow $200,000 to get this storefront store for your boutique, right? But guess what? That borrowing, that credit is good credit because that property is going to appreciate, okay? Especially if it's in a good neighborhood. If it's in a neighborhood with a lot of people and people are going to be coming through there and they're going to be buying. You're going to be buying your stuff, right? Then you're going to be so successful that you can pay off. You can finally get that piece of property paid off. Then that property will belong to you and your business. So it becomes a piece of collateral that you can use later on. Y'all see what I'm saying? So that's good credit and that's bad credit. So when you invest in something that's going to appreciate down the road, that's good credit. That's okay. You said yes, blowing up in Jesus' name, honey. Go ahead, speak it. Brick and mortar is coming soon. That's what I'm telling you. That's good credit. That's the time that you're gonna borrow, and it's gonna be a good thing because it's gonna that value of that property is gonna appreciate. It's gonna gain value. It's gonna be something that you can pass down to your children and their children's children. That's gonna help you accumulate wealth and accumulate wealth and riches for you and your family, right? And it's also going to help in the economy. You know, you're putting something out there that people need. You being a what they call it, instead of a consumer, you're being a creator. You're creating jobs, right? Because you're gonna have to hire somebody to run the place, right? You know, you probably ain't gonna want to be there 24/7, so you have to hire somebody. So then you're putting someone to work in the economy. It's just so many positives to that. So that's what you got to look at when you're trying to decide if you want to get into a credit situation. Is it going to help you? Is it going to hurt you? Is it going to appreciate? Is it going to depreciate? Okay. So it's a good thing. It's good and it's bad. So generally, the Bible suggests not to get into debt. That's what the Bible suggests. But it's a but. Let's be clear. It is not a sin to be in debt, right? Within the premises of loving our neighbor, I firmly believe in paying back our debt. So if we do get into that debt, whether good or bad, we got to pay it back, okay? Because it's all a matter of being responsible and being a person of your word and having integrity. And when I read that, that kind of put me in the mind of the student loan thing that we got going about having the student loans forgiven. You know, part of me say when I read the Bible that we should pay it back because we did borrow the money to go to school. But then the other side of me say the student or the educational system, I think, was set up to force people to borrow money, right? Instead of them saying, well, you have the option to work, to do work study. We have the option to let me show you how maybe take one class at a time, or just give you options instead of saying, well, this whole program is $20,000 and you got to pay $20,000 right now for the whole program, but you only taking one class a quarter. I think it should be where you only have to pay as you go. If you take a class, you pay for that class. Then once that's completed, you take another class and you pay for that class. So I really think the education system is just set up wrong, where they put a lot of debt on people. They put a lot, especially young people, because I fell into that trap too. Because scholarships, that's what I was thinking. They should offer more scholarships, right? Or offer the education on how to get scholarships, because scholarships are out there, but we don't have the education on it. We don't know they're out there. We don't know how to apply for them. We don't know, where they're coming from. So I think more education on stuff like that before they force you into a loan. So I kind of feel like the loan should be forgiven because of the way the education system is set up. Okay. Nicole says, yes, we need to break down the cost of things that appreciate and depreciate to determine how we can pay for it. Absolutely, Nicole. That's all about the money planning. You said that right, hunty. That's it. So there are many interpretations of Proverbs 22:7 that can lead to an absolute resistance against debt. But I believe it goes back to wisdom and discernment on how we are using debt in the first place. Nicole just said that. Wisdom and discernment. Know what you're getting into debt for. What are you getting into debt for? Is it for something good that's going to appreciate, that's going to give you a return on investment? Or is it something bad? Is it just clothes? Is it just shoes? Is it just makeup? Is it just hair? Look, I fell into all that. Right? And that stuff don't last. And then you have to go back and get it done again. Now it's fine if you have to pay for it, but just pay the stuff every month, pay it off. And look, this is another tip. If you get into credit card debt and you can't pay it the full amount every month, they're going to send you a bill, and the bill is going to say, oh, all you got to pay is $25. Now your balance is $300, but all you got to pay is $25. How about the interest is probably going to be $25 or more? So you really ain't paid nothing. So this is the tip. Always try to pay more, pay double. So if you owe 25, if it say pay 25, pay 50. Pay 50, at least pay double. And if you can pay more, pay more. That's how I got out of the debt that I was in. Once I learned that little trick about that minimum payment crap, and you never get out of debt with the minimum payment, honey, because you're not really paying anything but the interest. I had to learn that. Pay more, pay $50, pay $75, pay $100, pay as much as you can until you get that bill paid off. And the second tip for that is don't continue to use that same card. Okay, let's say for instance, and I used to shop at the mall all the time. So my store was J.C. Penney's. That was one of my stores. So if I go into J.C. Penney's and I spend $100, right? What I need to do is pay that $100 off before I charge anything else on there. Even if I had a limit of $500 when I first got it. I had a limit of $500. So what did I do? Hell, excuse me, Lord. Heck, I went in there and I charged up the whole $500. Not a good thing to do. Don't do that. It's what they call in the credit world utilization. You want to keep your utilization down. They say 30% or below. So if you got $100 credit limit, you want to keep your balance $30 or below. A lot to remember, I know, but that's how the credit world works, and it makes your credit report better if you keep it at the 30% or below. Okay, so 2 tips on credit. I'm not a credit guru, but I am. But anyway, that's 2 tips that I learned. So allow me to give you another perspective. The Bible context of slavery is much different than it may be understood today. So back in the biblical days, people often borrowed money or monetary resources from someone else, right? If that debt cannot be paid or repaid, the borrower would pledge themselves as a slave. So they would work for them people. They would work for the people that they owed money to and help work off their debt, okay? Once they had completed their labor, their debt was considered paid. There were other forms of slavery that could have been cruel and violent. I do not doubt it, but it is important to understand the basis of what many biblical influences often refer to. That mean being a slave to your lender. If you're a borrower, you're a slave to your lender, or the rich is slave to the poor, is what it's saying there. So here it goes on to say, I believe debt is perfectly acceptable as long as it's being used with wisdom and the intent of creating a financial return. And I just talked about that a while ago. If it's appreciating, if it's giving you something in return, if the value of that item is going up. For example, if you borrow $10,000 to be used for a business or an investment, this is an acceptable use of debt. And I just gave that example a while ago. But on the flip side, I think it's foolish to borrow $10,000 to buy something like a new boat, for recreational purposes that neither brings any financial return or a fruitful use of the money. So my whole thing with lavish items like boats and skis and luxury cars and things like that, if you have managed your money well and you have an overflow of income, then I feel like it's okay to purchase, the nicer things. If that's something that you've always wanted, that's one of your dream things to have is a boat, then of course, buy you a boat. Buy the desires of your heart. But just make sure that everything else is in order. Make sure you have your emergency savings account. Make sure you have insurance on yourself and your family and that boat. Okay? So just make sure things are in order. At the end of the day, the Bible warns against the dangers of debt because people often get carried away with greed and covetousness. And I have said that too. When you covet, when you're getting into debt just because you're trying to look like the Joneses, or you getting into debt because you want something somebody else got because you think they all that, so now you want to be all that. That's not the good reason to get into debt. However, with careful planning, wise advice, planning and advice, thinking, praying. I talk about that all the time. Debt can be a tool to help you grow your wealth and your income. Okay. So it's all about using debt in the right context. Okay. So, of course, Proverbs 22:7 is the verse: the rich rule over the poor, and the borrower is slave to the lender. So, listen, as you read that verse, read that whole chapter 22, pray about it, ask God to give you your particular understanding about that verse, because like I said, it can go either way. It can really go either way. So you apply it to your life and to your finances the way you feel like you should, and ask God what it is that how you should put debt into your financial plan. Tara says, so sad we learned the hard way. That's right. Absolutely did, honey. Yes, always pay more than the minimum. Exactly. So listen, that was tonight's devotional about borrowing. Is it a good thing to borrow? And just to be in a good management of our debt, I think is the main point. So that's all I got. We got 2 more days left. 2 more days. Yes. And we'll finish up 21 days of start, focus, and accelerate. So I hope and pray that you are starting something new for the new year, that you're going to focus on that thing that you're starting, and that you're going to accelerate in that thing, honey, because that's what I'm trying to do. I just want the start of the year to be a fresh start for some of us. I want it to be something new. If you want to start something new in your finances, like for me, I'm going to start investing into the stock market. Okay. That's going to be another stream of income for me. A lot of wealthy people build their wealth in the stock market. It is one of those things that do carry risk. It do carry risk, but the return, I feel like, is well worth the risk, especially after you learn about it, you understand it, and you get somebody on your team that can explain it to you. I know today it was it was an article about, I want to say he was an athlete, a runner maybe in the Olympics, and he had how much money did he lose? Oh, shoot, I forgot. $200,000 or more that he lost in an investment firm. He had put his money in an investment firm and trusted that firm with his money, and the money got stolen. The money went. Now I didn't read the whole story, but the point is, you want to make sure that you understand what's being done with your money. And if you don't understand it, just make sure that you have someone trustworthy that's helping you with it. And that's what I'm here for. I really want to help people, like when they have opportunities, when people in their inbox, if they read something about an opportunity, before you step into that opportunity, before you sign anything, before you turn over any money, I would hope that you have someone that you can trust and turn to and ask questions. Okay. If nothing else, I want you to know to ask questions about any kind of investment that you're starting, that you're getting into. And then watch that thing. Just don't put your money somewhere and leave it, but make sure you look at it at least once a month. That's another thing that you can use the planner for. Put all your investments in that planner. And when you're going through it every month, say, oh, let me check the balance on this. Go ahead and check it. You should be able to get online and check your balance. And if that balance don't look right, then you need to be on the phone. It takes some focus, it takes some time, but it's something that we have to do to protect ourselves and protect our money. Okay. Because money is precious. It's precious. It's precious. So that is my soapbox on that. So true. So true. So true. So hopefully I pray that you all will meet me back here tomorrow. Start focusing, accelerate, honey. And we're going to finish out this weekend. Usan bought. Okay, it was $12.7 million. $12.7 million. Girl, that just hurt my chest. Girl, I know it was a lot. I couldn't remember. I saw the headline. I didn't read the whole article, but I saw the headline. So I'm gonna go back and read that whole article. That is just so sad. That can you imagine losing $12 million? Girl, that just hurt my heart. Oh Lord. Fool, you said foul so-called investment firm has given him no explanation. They preyed on his sense of loyalty to Jamaica. Oh, sad. I was an investment firm in Jamaica. Oh my God. I'm telling you, you can't trust everybody out here in these streets these days. I'm telling you. I would have to go to jail. I know that's right, Nicole. Somebody about to come up with my money. It's going to be some repercussions, something. Yeah, we're going to be in jail. Somebody going to be in jail. God said somebody going to be in jail over that kind of money. Mine and yours both. Girl, it ain't funny, but honey, that is a sad situation. So just be careful out there. Be careful out there, honey. But anyway, I pray you all have a good rest of your Friday evening, honeys. Relax, release, get a good night's sleep, be blessed. And I will see you back here tomorrow night, 9:30, same time, same place. All right. Good night, y'all.